back. No longer stolen from us in a further afield virtual spaceship. It is great to be here for our first day of IEM Cologne 2022.
Quick one for everybody playing at home right here. In the best of ones, the sides are determined by knife round. MIBR, they won the knife round and they have opted to start on the CT side. And not only that, they have opted to get themselves 2 pairs of Julies. The 1x bet odds are favoring the Riders here as we quickly charge over towards B.
Yeah, loud about this, and one of those dual Berettas immediately dissects 2, just sprays on down. It's Cello that puts Alex and Sampaio on notice, and now it's up to mopoz, and that's a messy duel for him as well.
Jeez.
Turtle finds 2, both of the doubles with doubles, and daviG's going to get a plant. He actually gets a plant out of this. That is something to be said out of an otherwise rather unremarkable round. But the dual Berettas both winning their duels.
And thank you very much to my boy Breno, good mates with Wayno, Stevo, Jono.
Breno.
I'm not going to try. You can try. Yeah, I'm not going to try.
So I had like a council, and everyone sent me so many different
You had about
options.
753 different options of how to say the gent's name.
Yeah, Anders and Maui, so I'm going to take their word for it.
All right.
As well as, of course, the Brazilians. He gave me BR Enezan.
Good luck.
BR Enezan.
Have fun with that.
BR Enezan.
Look, you can critique Alex at home, guys. I'm going to go with Breno.
Yeah.
And you know who I'm talking about.
I have someone sent me a Google Translate. So if you want to hear, this is how it's supposed to sound.
Okay,
if you're confident about that, Chad, let me know.
I'm pretty confident about that one there. We are into a force buy thanks to that plan. Aggressive mid control on the new Ancient still seems to be name of the game, but Jota up and over, ready to take a fight against 3. Combination with Cello, Jiggles out, gets slapped. Sampaio puts him down with the Galil.
Yeah, there's the reaction. Immediately, Cello deploys his utility to buy time and space. He's actually going walkabouts with the beauty of Breno.
See?
Yeah.
Breno's much easier.
It
That's
is.
his actual name.
Good bit of damage. Should be punished for
Here
that.
comes the turtle.
Yeah, they're running him down. Cello stands tall. MIBR needed that one, but still, daviG keeps the Movistar Riders in it.
Have options here because Deaths, you can see, is behind this A main smoke that was deployed by MIBR. That's going to subside. Still plenty of time on the clock, and if he wants to peer on in, he has Alex starting to come on over. A smoke, a Molotov, and a flash to make this one possible. But Breno and Turtle are pushing right into daviG's domain. Look at the wrong way, back turned, and they're going to put him down. Upgrades are coming through, and I think they know where this one's going to end.
Good dink out of Death, but doesn't finish his meal, so Alex going to try as he might. Another bomb plant would be a real gift, considering how threatening they did have the buy here in the second. And ooh, Alex likely to fall on the fade here. It's exit with the advantage. Back is turned. Exit low. Alex, oh, he doesn't see a thing. So a great start. MIBR do get that 2-0 conversion. A third should be for free.
And maybe you can hear them through our mics. They're not far away, and we know that the Brazilians tend to be quite loud, especially MIBR. They're one of the loudest squads here. You get Cello and Jota yelling, well, the top of their lungs here. We will be making our way into an economical, and you can see a little bit of Norky Momo here. And maybe, what happened to Ancient? Where did my boxes go? Why is my donut bigger? Well, there's been some chops and changes to this map. There's a little bit of a bigger bollard over towards B. Donut has been widened. And if you want to check out, and I know that it feels like Nart out here must be paying me or something, but the most recent video that Nart did, still double there from Jota, is fantastic for Ancient. It's basically just a phase demo review of all the new utility that they were throwing. It was fantastic.
He calls it Xbox, which I think maybe with the removal of the one box, now we've just got the singular box, maybe it's a debate to be had. But either way, that mid box as opposed to ledge, you know, it's a very vague call for a very large part of the map now. See what happens here with Turtle spray. He does manage to pull it across the line, so Turtle adds another one to his tally.
Yeah, and some of that utility as well, right? I think one of the conversations about this map was how can we try and help the T's out a little bit, right? Because we know that the CTs, I like to call it the full press, right? Because if you have 2 players go aggressive mid and you have 2 players go aggressive B, actually once upon a time, you could have 3 players going aggressive B and 2 aggressive mid and leave A. And I didn't even mention the change over towards Temple, which has made the A bomb site a little bit more of a grounds for the T's to test early, right? You would just have the full press mid, you'd have B lane completely on lock, and then you could just chill. You could go back and play retake A, you could send one AWP over there. And we are about to get into the gun round, so let's see what we have in store for New Ancient of the Riders and MIBR. It's going to be the T side equipped with the AWP here early. Sampaio with that in his hand, and we'll be taking it over towards B. Standard molly, we've seen that one plenty of times before. The Donut Infinity molly lands and jumping through the flames. They will not get mid control for free here, Riders.
Turtle, he's got some intent. Vicious, violent intent. Sprays down 2, just pushing through off the extinguish. And I mean, mission accomplished from him. He will go down to mopoz, but it's what mopoz does with this. He's kind of alone on an island and chooses to go forward of this. Now, flash is cocked. And oh, perfect from Breno. I'm sorry if that annoys you. I just don't know if I have the tongue for it.
The tongue for it.
I don't know
it's
if
a bit of a tongue twister, isn't it?
I'm just going to embarrass myself.
But you could, look, I have a couple variations. Brennazan.
Branazan?
Yeah, look.
Branzan, thank you, ma'am.
The O's. One way to go. Bomb's in a bit of a interesting position right now. Alex and Deaths could go back all the way through spawn and scoop it up outside B doors, but they're operating to go up and over through mid here. Jota and Breno are starting to push down B lane, and well, there's another. This is coming way too easy now. Just Deaths to find, and he is tucked in towards cave. Scoots out, gets himself a kill, but 35 seconds remaining on the clock. Still 3 bodies to find. Deaths, this would be a 1-on-4 to remember.
Yeah, I'm not sure that smoke's going to achieve anything. As you can see, Jota's already crossed back. He's going to see the bomb. If he does turn around, yeah.
There it is.
Okay, well, that's the round over for Deaths, as if he had a chance before, but certainly the options now very limited as Jota's got it, had it. 15, he could make a play for this. Exits, you can see position to catch any of that cave progression, but doesn't look like Deaths is even interested in that. He'll keep hold of all the goodies. Armor, Kalashnikov, and a couple of nades.
Just to note, both teams were... Hold up, coming. The nade, it's going to be a bit deep, and Deaths will hold on to the AK. That could have got very, very, very spicy for poor Movistar Riders there if Deaths went down, but retains the AK, gives them something to work with in this round. Loss bonus means that we likely get a bit of a half buy around it, and Blade, the coach of the Riders, has called a timeout early to have a chit-chat. Now, over towards the B lane there, Movistar Riders lobbed out a smoke of their own towards the top of the ramp, right? They don't want to get pushed from that position, but there was aggressive smokes as well from MIBR to cut off the fight from mid up towards that ledge position. So that meant that both teams were kind of, I want to say, going, it was almost like, you know, playing chicken. You know, you run at each other, see who's going to whimper first. Well, this was Turtle's double. And you can see the util here. We have the molly towards the pocket position. We have a smoke trying to be part of the extinguish. And it can be very difficult for the Ts to find anywhere to stand.
I mean, that was also high impact from Breno.
Someone do a compilation of Alex attempting, and we'll compile them all.
I don't have the conviction to complete it. Now, we do see this battle for middle. Jota and Exit hanging out with full mid control.
I am hoping that the Riders have looked a little bit of how FaZe would help to dissuade mid. They had like a double infinity molly set up there that would kind of cotton off and force you forward at those. Maybe a couple of different ways to try and force the CCs not to go for this press that they are getting away with here. One man standing, it is Breno with the AWP over towards the big box. Posted up onto a deep line here, and they will execute on him, but the rotation of Exit and Jota is just land in time.
Yeah, they will be here just as mopoz rounds the corner. A miss, though, out of Breno. Jota's flash, and down goes the orb. mopoz will scoop it up. Donut completely isolated, smoked off. Deaths posted with the only real weapon they brought into this. Now an orb in play as well. mopoz to try and ply his trade. Down goes Pius. Turtle from the temple. Coming in from every different avenue. This is a valuable frag, and Deaths has posted it with that AK. Contains this retake out of the CTs. 3 remaining. Jota low and considering his options. Movistar Riders off the back of that timer. You saw the passion out of Blade. May have been involved in this call and the conversion of Movistar Riders' first round.
Big one to get there. Free AWP picked up for Pius in future rounds as well. So this is a great little conversion right here. And Breno missing that opening shot. You could see what that did. I thought the rotation was there in time, but segregated good utility usage and a save here. The Riders will get their first round on the board. Now, if you weren't watching the other day, we'll grab Alex there. We had... building on the storyline from our analysts, they were talking about the win in Valencia for the Riders. Now, I liked Avicii's interview with Freya there. I was like, yeah, look, if we come here and we lose, you know,
what does it mean?
What does it mean? If you come here and you make it to the group stage and you show that you're a threatening force and you're a team that can push some of these bigger names, okay. Now you go into the player break. You're happy as Larry. You're thinking, we're in the right track. We've broken through this barrier, and you come out the other side with that confidence. You go in here, you get stomped. You go, wow, we had a high and then we had a low. Where do we go?
Well, it gets worse, especially if it's a team that you, at Valencia, thrashed. You know,
yes.
16-4, 16-3 or something. It was a very one-sided nuke affair, as the desk discussed. Davig does weather the first wall bang. Jota's already aggressive through mid, so this is going to be a very early fight. Jota traded. Alex through from Elbend. Has got mid control for now, as more progress being made towards A. They are creeping and they're crawling.
This is one way to condition mid. Just go to that A bomb site, force them to have more eyes.
They heard it. Exit screaming. Lots of steps towards A, so Breno posts up.
mopoz is already across.
Alex dead in mid, and that's a big one as well on the AWP. Bomb down, but so is Death, and it puts mopoz into a box. 4 to find, very ahead of the pack. Exit, now they're all coming from one direction. He can kind of focus on this, elevate, and peek on into the slither gap. A hard headshot, but he's tapping heads. Pops the first, a very winnable and yet difficult round there for mopoz. 2 remaining as MIBR immediately jostle back for control.
Okay, well, it didn't look like they had the response required there, right? It felt like they were going to be a little bit out of luck with this rotation over, but finding a kill with the AWP stalled this one out, left mopoz in a very difficult position here. You're right, though, right? If he was clean on that first and continues to pivot, it requires fantastic mechanical ability to pull off a maneuver like that. But there was chances here, and because of the low buy that Riders had to get themselves on the board, they will be able to bite back in with a buy again. 3 players over towards B, top mid window smoke deployed, and traditional exchange of util.
Yeah, there is a bit of more of a lean this way to maybe set some Pius up for a pick. Turtle. He's going to be on the receiving end of that, but the smokes are up, and the nade is 2. mopoz tagged on down.
Yeah, swallowed that one, didn't he? Chipped away at. Now those M4s become even more potent as Breno's AWP this time is over towards the B site. Jota and Exit tasked with mid and A, and they're both holding from that donut position, but this is where the majority of the MIBR players reside. This B bomb site, we're going to batten down the hatches. They have a couple of smokes to deploy defensively if required. This is a good setup because as soon as Jota spots one mid, that's when Breno knows Red House is a possibility. But until then, they can keep 3 players exactly where they stand.
Yeah, so Jota's the one that's drawn the line in the sand. You can see mopoz is very much the forefront of this. He pulls a smoke out of Cello.
Time's going to start becoming the issue though, right?
Yeah, and with 3 smokes still in play, I'd be getting a little uncomfortable. Turtle can smoke off ramp.
2 of the smokes are on B, yeah.
Flash, and then a nade exchange. 40 seconds now. It is that smoke we discussed arriving about 37. They are going to be very light on time. Still 5v5, Chad. And they might be changing their plans. Deaths has caught Jota. That was the mid gap now open for business.
They're scrambling,
starting to scramble back to A indeed. 3 through mid. Breno's read this. He will be tucked into Temple to help out Exit. 19. Exit. Lot to do for him here. Hard clear as well. Davig down. It's a good trade. Breno was there, though, and with 10 seconds, all he has to do is stop that bomb from going down, just like that. Oh, 1 second shy. And now Pius in the clutch, a 1v3, quickly goes 1v2, and he's going for the round-the-world maneuver.
It's not planted for him. Yeah.
And I think we might be seeing a rather painful end to this attempted clutch here. Let's not plan it for him, and as we watch a helpless Sun Pius concede.
Oh, not only concede, but miss a shot. They're lucky to get away with his life.
I can hear him, man. They are definitely letting Movi know.
Well, here's the thing. This map right now, MIBR are playing into it quite aggressively. That was the first round that it's been a little bit more passive, right? They didn't go for the fight in mid. 2 rounds ago, maybe 3 at this point, MIBR had thrown out all 5 of their incendiaries within the first 15 seconds of the round, right? That's how much they want to fight for control, because in head-to-head duels, in the early stages, if the Riders want to be stubborn about fighting for this territory and not waiting out all this crowd control utility, it's a 50-50 fight, and the CTs will more than gladly take it.
Yeah, they were very hyper aggressive, because you saw, I think that last round was kind of indicative of how MIBR will soothe into it. But we saw their initial aggressions very, very much battle for it.
MIBR are reading that maybe it will be a pivot back to an A execute here because they have an extra man. This time hedged over towards that side of the map, but this looks more like a slow default crawl from Riders, right? Show the intent with a little bit of early util because you have to, because you want to bait something out. But here's an aggressive move with two. Cello and Turtle paired up, starting to creep on down to Davig's territory. Might get caught back turn again here.
Yeah, well, he's actually heading back for a clear. Now, rounding the corner is a death sentence, so he's hoping that he catches an element of this. It's going to be Cello first, but Turtle swings. Oh, and Davig takes down the two. Only Jota on the site, and they know it. mopoz should have him, and that is the site lost. They don't have the bomb. mopoz wants to surge forward, I imagine, take the space, hold them to the site. Alex to bring the bomb in tow.
Has to be a save here. Look at the cash in reserves right now for MIBR, right? We're talking about 1,400 as the loss bonus into the next round. They don't have a lot to work with on the 3 already in the grave, and the 2 surviving need to hold on to these 2 for their dear life. So this is a great response from the Riders, and MIBR are in a bit of trouble.
But okay, that is not replicable. I don't think you're ever going to see Davig get a 2-man spray down of your B defenders. That's a rarity now.
Yeah, and I think what enabled this was actually mopoz's forward position in cave. Because mopoz was already in the first stage of cave,
right,
which Davi would then know, okay, they're either playing defensive or an aggressive maneuvers like that's coming, because you saw him start to pivot and gravitate towards mopoz and then go, hold up a second, now that we have that info, maybe I need to be aware of this push. Repositions, get a fantastic double there. You can see the shadows just peering around the corner. And the Riders not done yet. 6-2 the score will read.
Yeah, but this could be a changing of the tide for sure. Movistar Riders up to 2. A save forced out of MIBR, and the Spaniards now find their voice.
Must feel really good to win a trophy on home soil like the Riders just did, right, in front of your fans. And it's a win at a tournament. You know, Outsiders was there, a couple of other names. But the fact that they were able to do that regardless, you know, is huge coming into an event like Cologne. I
mean, we talked, even just in the last game, we talked about Imperial's run in Antwerp and how that was driven by, you know, these kind of untangible emotional factors. There's nothing more emotional than your family not only seeing what you do, seeing you thrive at what you do on home soil with a home crowd, and it's Spain. You know, I mean, there is not a large storybook of Spanish Counter-Strike Global Offensive.
I think there was an article that could be turned into a book on hltv.org. Yeah, but exactly what you're saying, right? They tried to make a lot out of it. Yeah, exactly.
It's a very short list.
Exactly.
And Movi, you know, have managed to catapult themselves to the top of it. Let's see where we go from here, though, because it's not sunshine and rainbows for MIBR on the buy front. Light on nades, weaponry, flames. It doesn't stop Breno straight through the smoke onto mopoz. They had all the util there. Yeah, well, look, they were able to at least extinguish and get 1 pass, so a little bit of extra control here. MIBR off the back of the timeout, bit conferring with the squad. Wanted to limp in behind these saved guns, and you can understand why. Now that they're a man up, must be feeling very good about that call. 3 players still reside over towards B for the Riders. Death's having to deal with a mid push and an A main push. So lots of questions to be asked on the other side of the map. There's not a lot of utility left to work with for either team. Yeah, MIBR would love to win this. They'll get really loud after a round win like this. Yeah, and they've been given a leg up. They've been given a path to glory. And even a couple of extra nades. You can see the delivery there from Breno as they prepare. A BX might be the only option here for the Riders. Davig might have to be the linchpin to a recovery of sorts. Movistar have nothing other than this 1/8 of the map. Yeah, it's just a slither, isn't it? Well, 1 more smoke to deny this territory from Turtle. If he limps it out now, they'll have to... Oh, it's the one-way. He's going to be able to see the feet just under this. Oh, that's vile. Oh, their response seems perfect. You are going to need a heroic out of the Spaniards now. Flame burning. No, Davig meets his maker, and Cello even gets 2 on the P250. This is a lockout, and you know MIBR are going to cheer in about 5 seconds when they realize Sun Pius is not giving them anything. A 7 secure. Yeah, that's really well handled here. That opener, you don't think when 1 kill comes in to start a round that it's done, but the fact that Deaths was so passive, and there they are, starting to yell now. Happy with that one, get some upgrades, a couple of AKs in the mix. And the reason I say that they have to go for the BXQ is because with Deaths, he's playing his role as an in-game leader would want him to. This is the opening and I suppose the closing kill of the round here. So just on a timing, great stuff from Breno there.
But the key with Deaths is he wasn't doing an aggressive lurk. He wasn't in A main actually looking for space and a kill. He was just containing in case they went for an info play, which meant if you want a call to go back to that side of the map, you have to clear everything. And that's going to soak a lot of time off the clock. And it's also a risk. So they were left with only that option of the B bomb site. Another timeout called, another opportunity to chip in. Scoreline now 7-2, starting to get a bit of a lead here. And see, Deaths is lining up an insta-window smoke. They have some good spawns to try and trundle out mid here again, but they seem to get denied at the pass. Here's the insta-window, in case you wanted to know for home. Get your crosshair on that line, get your little jump throw bind, and bang, away you go. You follow this one. Oh, there it is. Perfect. And that's 100 points on the nade
I did
golf.
love the golf. The golf was fun.
It was very fun.
Yeah, 10 points to Gryffindor for whoever came up with that one. Jota hiding in plain sight upon the mid smoke. I think we're going to have an exchange on B and mid simultaneously here. Mopoz for this duel with the new renovated B site. There is a bit more to play with around that pillar now.
Yeah, and some cool little boosts as well that you've seen teams operating with. And I'm not talking about the geeky one that gets you up into clippable positions. Yeah, the whole map is your oyster, apparently.
Yeah, that's a crazy one. Now, Breno's got an aggressive line.
Hello?
I don't suppose you'd want to repeat that, and vulnerable to the backstab, so thinks better of it. But it will at least cage them. It's Mopoz versus Cello in this head-to-head, and those walls really are paper thin. A nade could have his name on it. They do round the corner safe and sound for now, but definitely the walking wounded. Mopoz, Davigi, walking with a limp, and on the peak, it's Turtle again. He's been problematic for them here on the B site. 12 kills to his name as he affixes deaths to his belt loops. It's getting even worse for them, and the backs are turned. They hunt down Turtle. The bloodlust leads to more. 2v3 as Breno actually does meet his maker in mid. Now, Alex has given him something to hold on to, but that bomb, very far gone.
2-on-2 at least, and they're going to creep their way in. Jota and Exit to deal with this. Little slither here for Exit to work with.
Nice crossfire. It's up to Jota in this duel. Smoked off Exit. Repeat necessary, but Alex has got the better of him. Big frags now from Alex. Low. And so are their chances if they can get past Exit. That bomb can go down. It's going to be very light on, just in the nick of time. Sunpius to plant, it's Exit to clutch. Oh. And the AWP is perfect weapon for Alex's angle here. Just needs to survive, and that's the opposite of that. Now Sunpius pre-aimed and walks into Exit. Clutches up for MIBR and extends their lead further.
Wow, Exit showing them the door right there. That is the half-one. Massive round to pull off because the Movistar Riders are trying to grind back in and really force these rounds out. But the fact that MIBR pick up that one after Cello goes down for almost naught, I love the teamwork here, though. The flash to set Turtle up for the second, dropping back into the passive crossfire. Loved everything about that, but Alex is going to be kicking himself with that missed AWP shot. He was meant to be the one to close it here. Gives an opportunity, allows the one-on-one, and yeah, frustrations now.
Timeout time, perhaps. Get Blade on the mic.
Buy-in again here, right? So at least they're going to be threatening as far as that goes. The bomb going down, the loss bonus in their favor. There's positives, but it needs to start being shown in the round win column. We're still learning how this map is going to shake out with the new changes. A cave smoke, that is something you've seen before. So caging any re-aggressions from Cello for about 20 seconds will open the door for Alex to start peering out mid. Seeing that the full press has not come his way, and now back towards A, where they did find success on a lower buy.
And this actually is quite reminiscent of how the old standard played out for that T side. Sweep through top lane. Clear out middle from an elevated angle, and even bonus from Sunpius. He's actually taken down the donut player.
Okay, so he's taken that top ledge angle there just to peer on in, and that opening has forced Breno's rotation, so it was looking to be a bit of a 2-2, but if you are MIBR, why not gamble? They've come towards B, you've shut them down more often than not, and they're hedging their bets right now. Cello's also joining the party.
Yeah, this is threatening if they do commit, and the bomb is there with them, so time will run short on them if they don't make a decision and get some information shortly. Hesitance now from the Spaniards. Off the flash, a good shot, converted as by Exit, and immediately they realize there's too many bodies here.
But no one's in B. Turtle can rotate back in time. Cello can take mid, but they put straight in.
Big frag, big frag. If he can find another, Cello's too good. Sweeps for info, may have caught a glimpse of Sunpius, so they have the info now. B is open. Davigi is confirmed. It is still flying their flag for the Movistar Riders. Open runway for a plant. Breno's close. Eats the flash. and we will see that safe plant.
Wow, risky. They've dropped the bomb there to allow the AWP to post up and cover the flank, but exit around the world.
I don't know if Death is going to consider this quite as quickly as that. Nice from exit. Posts his second. Bomb ticking. daviG and Sunpius to try and inject some life into the Movistar Riders. A shot rings out. Breno long. Breno shuts him down. It's only the AWP now on Sunpius, forced to come up clutch. He could hit that wall bang, hits the first shot, needs to fake him out. They're just holding it. He doesn't go for the wall bang. 9, it's secured, and everything lost for the Movistar Riders.
Yeah, they are loving it right now, MIBR, after copying an absolute shellacking in Valencia on Nuke. They were blown out of the water. It wasn't even a competitive matchup whatsoever. They're starting to give them a taste of their own medicine here. Another plant, another buy, and this was with an opening. This was, you know, Jota going down with absolutely no response. The gamble coming in from MIBR holds them at the door of A, forces them all the way back over towards the B bomb site, where sure, the site was open, you get the bomb down, but you're not closing the round. Riders need something, and they need it now.
Yeah, this is fast running away from them. This is a nice opportunity. So many bodies. Oh, and he gets them both. Alex, 2 kills off of the flashbang of Deaths. Gives them a massive leg up. I mean, okay, you couldn't convert the one. How about a double in opening frags? Breno already a threat. Just his presence and single click is enough to repel the remaining invaders. Alex, Sunpius, Death starting to congregate. Reposition of that CT orb.
A gamble again here. The fact that they just stalled after that Death running in towards A.
This is nice, though.
Yeah, taking this in stages here. So the Riders are now quite embedded. It would be difficult to see how they lose this round. And still, cash is not fantastic for MIBR. They're still in that breaking point. So you may be happy to give away the third to get yourself 10 or 11 in total. So you can understand the thought process here. Gambled again this time. Incorrectly, but a little bit of a conga line as they make their way down lane. A nice shot from daviG. He will get traded, and 2 should be surviving here. So the Riders will get back on that scoreboard, 9-3.
9-6 is very, very dreamy at this point.
Yeah, and that right there was fantastic. I said they needed something. Well, just busting straight through with the extinguish. The flashes were good, and 2 huge kills to deny the CT mid presence. That's what you're looking for.
And we saw Movi, you know, at the earliest stages of Ancient's arrival in the map pool, they had a couple of cheeky tricks on their CT side. I've got mopoz's smoke at the tip of my tongue.
Yeah. That was a curious one, wasn't it?
It was, but it wasn't solved on the fly. You know, it took a while for people to either implement it and find the counterplay to it, but that would have handled business for something like this. Its intentions to stop that swing out being as effective as that, a bit more extra cover.
Yeah, you can see the kills there, right? You have to remember how this is facilitated. You see Deaths there in the feed with flashes, but there's also a donut molly, a top mid smoke. So a team effort there to find those kills, but Alex is the one who walks away with a smile on his face. They will buy back.
Yeah, the whole team's here. Like, not even Deaths is... Oh, Turtle does not care about your nades. And he's fired off shots. They know where he is. There's 2 of them now. They're going to charge into the site. It's just going to be trading places. And I'm not talking Eddie Murphy movies. daviG does get caught by the AWP, but one has slipped the net. They know it. Alex behind enemy lines, but Breno goes forward. Instead, he misses his chance. How many more will he have? Run down, sprayed down, bodies dropped. Still a lot of CT presence on this side as they go for the plant. Cello tries to voice concerns, catches one. Bomb still down and wallbang down, but no bullets to finish off Sunpius. It's chaos, 2-on-1. Fresh mag to finish the job. Now Deaths has to come up clutch. This would change everything. A 1v2 back. They've already conceded one. And Deaths walks straight on into the same man they fell to in that clutch. Exit secures it for a 10th for MIBR, and this CT haul is getting overwhelming.
And this is another round that seemingly on the, at least as far as the kill feed, started pretty good for the Riders, right? The aggression down B lane. This was the between the wicket shot from Breno there. You can see it again. Here it is. We've got a freeze frame for you. So just between the 2 of them there, a whisker, a hair. And that's 10 now. Double digits for MIBR. Looking to be the second Brazilian team of the day to get a victory. 0-0 Nation sending Astralis down to that lower bracket in quite embarrassing fashion.
I mean, Valencia just finished. And it's going to be such a stark contrast to go from that confetti moment, tears and embracing your parents, into a 10-3 half. Looking to get worse as the damage and the AWP bullet do connect. You can see they're limping through. Great find from Alex as he's progressed deep. Does not want to be caught off by any of that. Turtle's caught Deaths on the lurk, but They now have a man advantage for this. This is going to be hard to hold on to for the Movistar Riders. Look at this. Turtle's already knocking on Cave. Feels like there's a lot of time left on this.
Comes down to Sampaius here, right? Alex has been able to deal with the CT rotation, but they're all mainly coming up through lane and Cave here. It's going to be on Sampaius.
Davies has got a mission to find as many as he can on their exit through this door. Molly, oh, the Molly.
Perfect.
It couldn't be better.
Safe.
That's round winning.
Safe.
I think that might be it. Jota's the only one that can even touch the bomb in time. They got very little left of them, but Movistar Riders will leave with the round and one player standing.
All right, well, 10-4. You said 9-6 would be dreamy. 10-5 is par for the course,
yeah.
Right? So actually a half that has been individual rounds. There has not been a single moment the Riders have strung 2 consecutive rounds together. Is actually pretty damn good, all things considered. This time, not between the wickets, but maybe a little bit hard done by for a double there. And Alex, again, taking a lot of space, right? We saw him get the fights in mid before. Now we see him just surging forward and taking a lot of control there. So this tussle for Ancient continues. Round number 15, and can they do it again with another B rush?
Yeah, same kind of vibe, different distribution of players, and immediately seizing control of Cave. But look at Turtle. When he's not pushing one thing, he's pushing the other. Him and Cello charging forward in offensive defense. And now they've got the bomb in their grasp, at their toes, no less.
Yeah, you'll take that one every day of the week.
Yeah, I mean, all Breno has to do is he's responsible for that Cave exit. If he falls, so does this defense. It's a lot less threatening. And I say that as Exit's actually floated back as well. He's cheated a 4-man stack over here towards the B side.
Third smoke to the long doors as well. They want to hold on to the bomb here. They don't want to allow the Riders to pick it back up.
The right choice. The objectives change now. I mean, you're on the attack, but instead, you do have to find a way in. Mopoz and Exit. Crosshair was there. Exit's just better. He's having a good game here today.
I really like this here from MIBR. Lots of bodies to deal with doors and lane, and 2 players for info for the big flank and Cave.
Look at this role reversal. I mean, it's Davy in Cave trying to clear lane. It's backwards, and it's brilliant. Cello set for success. Another great angle. The flash is late and out of sync with the squad, and this is perfect. I mean, textbook out of MIBR. 5 still alive, and we're looking like 11. Legs 11, Alex the last of 4. MIBR erupt. This best of 1 looking very much in favor of the Brazilian side so far.
Yeah, loud and proud, looking to erase Valencia from their memory. A great showing here from MIBR within the CT side. Aggression, name of the game. Let's see if they can continue that as they move on to the T half here of Ancient after the break.
A little bit of a revenge as we have Movistar riders fresh out of their success at ESL Challenger Valencia with a trophy lift. Find themselves right back in the deep waters of Tier 1 competition. MIBR, an adversary they met over on that home soil bout, are now back and looking for revenge. And I think it was certainly found, or at least the majority of it was found around 11 for MIBR as they take to the T side.
Even pegging here as well for MIBR in that first half. You know, not too many frags from top to bottom. I think you got Jota down the bottom there on 8, and the high end you have nice. Turtle and that of Breno on 14 apiece. So everybody had their moments. Let's see if the riders can do the same. 3 players to deal with mid, and it's looking to be like a bit of a B retake here.
I mean, it's just mopoz. They're sending 2 from this lane, and already now a weird dynamic. They're lining up nades, and Pius with a great controlled tap. It's mopoz with a disruptive smoke. And it's Jota who's losing Cave immediately. So now Sunpius and Davig partner up. The bomb planted and a lot of CTs surrounding them. A 2-man disadvantage gets worse, and it's all on to exit. This worked wonderfully for the Movistar riders. A 5-man retake, and now made 4. They are holding it, though, and that's the end of that. Big smiles and loud roars as Movistar riders take their compulsory pistol with ease.
Kind of felt similar to how it went for riders on their T-pistol. They got the plant, which meant we saw a force spike come through, but the round wasn't threatening. I think we were surprised to see them get the bomb down. So now we will see the same thing happen for MIBR. A couple of AKs dropped across, a Galil bought into here, and some Deagles for good measure, but just lurking around these smokes. mopoz, we know what a nuisance he can be on the CT side of a map like this. And the bodyguard of Davig here to make sure that that one got done without too many more casualties. Tilt towards mid, extinguish, smoke, and exit. We'll cop a bit of a nade right there. So chip down to 48 points of health immediately. It will be Deaths, the one tasked with dealing with this AK creep.
Yeah, it doesn't favor him here. He's got to be careful. He could be run down. He may be calling for aid as well. Dumps his nades. Jota's going wide on this. Flash, good. Frag, better. Jota, though, not done. There's still another to be found. I don't know if Sunpius is going to be expected. He will be now as the flames arrive. The spray does too, and they're already pushing Temple. The flank is great. Davig delivers that, and only Jota, but slipping through Temple. mopoz is prepared and pre-aimed. 6. Secure, the force by falls.
Okay, well, we have a game right now. The scoreline with quite the disparity of 5 rounds now is going to quickly close. It should be a freebie right here for the riders, as Glocks, the most likely weapons equipped here for MIBR into round number 18. A Deagle, a Flash, what else are they going to invest in here? Should be the AKs out in the next no dramas, a P250 for Turtle, and away we go. This is about keeping as many alive as possible for riders, trying to avoid them getting that bomb down, keep as many goodies, nades, weapons, armor, all that stuff on your backs as you start to build a bit of a CT economy of your own.
I mean, especially those AK-47s. Davig, however, is plying his very aggressively. With the support of Sunpius, different elevations, going to certainly be a bit of a feast for the senses if you round that corner. 3 smoked now by the CTs, so nothing to be found there. And if you are, put yourself in the shoes of MIBR, you've got a Deagle, a P250, and a single flashbang. It is a question of just hoping, biding your time so as to find the most optimal way to try and do some of that economical damage Chad is implying the Movistar riders look to avoid.
This is the Milkman special. Right,
special.
Yeah, well, right now, the riders are the cash cow. You know they've got a bit more. So you're trying to milk them dry of every last bit, but you're not going to get a lot out of it. The cow's stubborn. The cow doesn't want to give you its milk. It likes its milk. Talking a lot about milk.
Yeah, certainly. But enough about Henry. Let's get into this one, as there is a very, very well-timed incendiary.
This is one of everyone's least favorite rounds, isn't it? There's not a lot going on. Right now, you put the kettle on.
I think 9, or at least maybe even 10 players right now would just rather get it done. And they are, as they do throw their bodies into Deaths. He would love a couple more confidence boosters, and there they are. mopoz and Deaths sweeping this eco under the rug. Bit of damage. They would love not to lose a thing. Deaths probably not on the repeat now. Let the others do the dirty work for you. You do not want to be spending unnecessary cash, and Davig ensures that is the case. Quick double at the end of things will not only close the gap, but get us into the gun round.
I would like in the future, maybe when we're doing like a pro league or something that has a little bit more of a fun air to it, in those rounds, we come up with like a silly thing of what we can do before action happens. Like how much can we do? Yeah, okay, that's like, just
write that one down.
Tom, Frank, hope you're listening.
That's a good idea.
Make a note.
Yeah. And we can just have a different challenge. It can be anything.
Yeah.
Like, you know, how many
jumping jacks,
or how tall of a Jenga tower can we build?
True. How many marshmallows can we stuff in our mouth?
Yeah.
It's getting fun out here. Different look.
Davy G is swallowing team flashes. And it's not going to... Oh, no. More flashes. More pain. Jota's through. Sunpire's a lot to do. Not if mopoz aggressive and gets away from it. There was presence there, but it's not cost him anything.
A segregation smoke was dropped out by MIBR to try and avoid that happening. They had tried to account for that, but mopoz, an element of surprise here. Through the smoke, 2 big kills. Now the round in disarray for MIBR.
But they're going quick on this. I mean, this is a lot of time, 70 seconds, and they're just going to boost up. I don't know if Death spotted that, and ouch. Warning shot through the corner of the wall. He's called for aid in the form of Deaths and Sunpius. Is there towards Donut. This is an important one. Dink exchange.
That's a huge kill.
But Breno's opened the site. It should be an uncontested plant now for Turtle.
They're all trying to come through either CT or this Temple position here, and now that Temple's lost a door. Oh, look at the push from mopoz!
It's a mopoz special. Leaps in, catches Turtle, does not deny the plant, so it's all going to hang in the balance here of exit. Boosted up and found, hunted down. That's a big round for the Movistar Riders, and mopoz will get a lot of the credit. A double kill in reaction to mid, and then leaping into the site with nothing. No cues, no support, just him.
Apparently Risk is his middle name here. That is absolutely mental. This initial push, there's a smoke behind him here thrown by the T's. You can see him actually shroud back through that. And then this push here, beelining it into the site. There's no way that he commed this. Low HP, straight through, gets the kill, and throws the entire A bomb site into chaos. I'm sure Blade here is watching as that push is happening thinking, what? Is he doing it again? What a play from mopoz!
I think we all have a friend that we like to play with that goes for moves like that. mopoz, however, gets away with it here at Cologne. IEM Cologne 2022 and a big fight in mid. Big fight in mid. Deaths just takes a drive fight and a double out of Deaths. Condemns MIBR to a disadvantage. And things will settle down, but Movistar Riders now rising to the occasion. And you can see how lost they are after those initial exchanges. You can look at the map, that tells the whole story. They're just walking back through spawn with their heads in their hands.
I'm curious if there was a missed smoke or the intention was not to smoke top mid so you could get that clear fight. But either way, it didn't work. And I recommend everybody, next time you see bodies coming Death's way, look at how casual he looks on the cam. The guy doesn't wince. He just sits there, he calms what he has to do, and he gets 2 clean kills. So now, a 3-on-5 situation ensues. Sunpius posted his AWP ready to rain down pain. This doesn't get easier. It doesn't get easier, does it?
I think that it could be if the arrests continue to walk on in dry.
Yeah, well, when you have this angle that you just saw there, it's a deeper angle that's available in Temple. Now, if they scoot on into just the left-hand side of that scope, they can boost up. But after you get the first and you know it's only 2 players left, the likelihood of the boost becomes less and less. 35 seconds on the clock remain. Cello and Jota, 2 of the loudest members of MIBR, with not a lot to scream about this time round.
Yeah, mopoz and Alex are already sending out a search party. Like, they've crawled through lane, nothing to report, and just holding walk as they slowly, methodically look to take everything away from MIBR. Now, they are set up.
They could go for after time here, right?
And that's actually going to confirm their suspicions. Yeah, Cello throws himself into the vice, but it's likely Jota was there with him.
Davy G and Deaths could both push through mid right now. We have 7 seconds left on the clock plus after time. And
oh, they know exactly where he is. The smoke.
After time, it could be.
1-0. Jota just trying to hide. It's a push. Camouflage. He goes down after time, and that is condemning. $550 left for Jota to spend into the next, and that is going to silence them.
Yeah, Death's living up to the name right there. That was a massive round from him, and a timeout will be forced out off the back of it. The second here, the opportunity for Bit, the coach, to get stuck in, and you can see the jump throw, and this is the 2 from Death, so no smoke to obscure his vision, and just a couple of tidy kills. Jota here turning away, hoping that he won't be seen in the little bushes, but gets the kill, and Death's onto the trade. Couldn't come better for him. A great round as we see the Riders now squeeze the gap down to just 2. Looks like they want to go in for a bit of a half buy here, and you can understand with where the loss bonus is at. For Joda, this is a situation where nothing feels quite right. You have so little amount of money to spend. I think he's been helped out with some teammates dropping some util across here, but he won't be having armor for this ride, and it doesn't look like Breno will either. He might be wanting to get that AWP out into the next of play. But we haven't seen a lot with MIBR's game plan here on the T side just yet. We saw a few more moves as we get a run boost mid. There's that smoke again. So this is to segregate, kind of act as the boxes, but this one doesn't absorb bullets.
Yeah, which certainly will make a bit of a difference. Good flash. They opt to flash it instead, and the smoke arrives afterwards. Look what that's enabled. They're flooding in, and now the Tech-9s are connecting. Turtle good for the first. It was Cello instead, actually. So Pius, though, is run down. The AWP, not the perfect weapon for a duel at that range. It's really chaotic. Now they've recovered the AWP, and Breno equipped with it now, so very threatening.
Look at the bomb back.
mopoz loves a good smoky play. They check him. The AWP found. Quick trade from Davy. Now the bomb's still loose, and oh, Jota should be dead. Should, being the operative, he's got away. And that's not done yet. A one-on-one that Deaths was never gonna slip.
That is so annoying. That is so annoying if you're MIBR. As soon as you knock one pin over, there's another one. Literally in the same spot, you just killed a bloke. How much do we have to do? I'm sure MIBR are wondering, but that was at least a little something. They get into a site, they get a lot of room to work with. Just unable to convert there because the bomb actually went around the world here to try and close down that space. They didn't opt to get the bomb down straight away and did come back to bite them here.
Yeah, I mean, the bomb plant especially, because we were talking about finances, would have been lovely. Jota could have even got himself a little bit more, but he's back in the armored category. And we do see a bit of an early util dump. That was a lot of T-smokes, 2 of which from the CTs as well. Yeah,
there's a lot of smokes on the map right now. This is going to make executing late very difficult for MIBR, as they can clear out cave now with just one molly, but if the pushback from mopoz is in their face, they could be in some trouble. Smoke, flash, fight forward. Cello didn't see anything there.
Yeah, I mean, he knows someone occupies it. It's mopoz who's been throwing out all these pokeballs. He's got Alex as well in tow, so to find a way in, it's Cello's responsibility, but mopoz slaps him away, swats him like a fly. And we reach that minute mark. 60 seconds for MIBR to maneuver to a site of their choosing, and chosen they have A. Seems to be the name of the game. Deaths definitely found his footing in the second half. He was absent in the first. I think he's a crucial component, a necessary one if they wanted to recover here with MIBR. And 11-4 half, now goes 11-10. Yet to see a T round next to MIBR's name, and the smoke dropped early in expectation of this. The boost, though, you've got to be careful, Deaths. He's could be peeked over here if Jota does put himself in the right place, and that's the fight. That's the death of Deaths. Quick one out of Davy. Oh, he was ready. Out of bullets, Turtle low. P2K can do it and does. Bomb loose, 14 seconds to retrieve it. Exit has to hunt, and oh, wow. Davy, no need to reload. Swift on the sidearm. 3 kills out of him through mid. And MIBR now in that horrible state of play. It's what, 38 to 4,800.
Yeah, so this is the thing, another half buy very likely here, but if you have a pocket strat, right, if you have a little bit of a set piece that you can pull out, now would be the perfect time. And you see there, yeah, just running out of ammo. You're going to see a lot of that over the next 2 weeks, right? This M4A1S, 5 bullets less, it does tend to make a little bit of a difference, but the last one to exit was absolutely beautiful with that P2K, a bit of a hipster. Is Davy G. He lets them know about it.
Oh, you're right, that's a perfect comparison. Like, the P2K is the fixed gear bicycle of the Counter-Strike pistol world.
There's a couple of them out there. We see them lurking around, you know, they're rocking it, they think, yeah, it's pretty cool. Nothing cooler than a USB headshot, let me tell you that.
But it looks different, and it sounds different, and it acts different, you know. It's perfect, a perfect analogy. 10 points to Ravenclaw.
Well, this could be one of those pocket strats I was talking about here. A timeout called, the music letting us know we could be getting into something quite serious here. 2 smokes, a bunch of flashes, make that 3 smokes. Here we go.
They're charging, and Sun Pius again repelled. Now, he got overwhelmed last time, but he has Alex in support. This is the corner, which usually does exactly that. A collateral for the AWP, a double for the AK, and nothing. to be celebrated for MIBR. We are all tied up and then some. Movistar Riders have seized the lead after staring adversity in the face since the very start.
Well, this is 8 on the trot right now, and as we mentioned in the first half, the Riders were only able to put patchy rounds on, nothing consecutive. MIBR haven't been able to put anything on the scoreboard, so there's the contrast if you were looking for it. That was another low buy-in. Well, there's the collat, a little bit flicky from Pius there as Alex gets to mop up the remaining. And we do see if MIBR have any life left in them, or if this is going to be the Riders with a come-from-behind victory.
Yeah, my favorite kind of victory. Oh my goodness, the spread trolling Davy G. He could have been caught out as well had there been a punish from Jota. Doesn't opt for it, and mopoz in a smoke. No better combination. I mean, they've worked it out, but he still gets away with it. Gets away
Surely
with
not.
murder.
Get in, boys.
How is he alive?
How?
How is he alive? God, this man gets away with so much. I mean, through credit to him, no doubt. Sun Pius now looking to challenge out Cave and takes a pot shot. Will respond and fill the floor with flame to keep Cello at bay, but missed shot keeps him alive alongside with Turtle. Bomb towards spawn. Exit still concerned about late arrivals through A or through some mid aggression, so...
We saw a...
Oh, wow.
Okay.
They got him. They got him. It was a little delayed, but they got him.
Kind of in the same position he started. So, you know, if you're going to go for a little move like that, you will get punished eventually here. Now back towards B. Bomb scooped up. 4 players for MIBR, the only 4 looking to lock this one down as Deaths has joined the party for the Riders. Essentially a 3-on-4 on this B bomb site with a smoke perfectly placed. 38 seconds on the clock, and they're going to creep up close to this. A flash, a go, a pop through could be on the table.
Alex, he's already had a couple of hero moments. Here they come, though, and he's prime position to just pull the trigger, but he's been caught out fully. Flash well placed again from Breno. Bomb to be planted, and bodies are dropping. They know where Pius is, I believe. And options for a retake, not plentiful. Davy G's only just about arrived. He scooped up a smoke on his route there. But hopes dwindle, as do the seconds on that clock. MIBR for their first T round.
Are they going for this? It looks like there's some intent. Top ramp smoked.
And the AWP, though, is the perfect weapon for the job. The trade not quick enough. Sun Pius gets it, and he really wants to give this a go. He wants to humble these boys as best he can through the smoke. The timing favors exit, and MIBR enter into the T side.
I understand for Pius and Davy G, they have a little bit more money than everybody else, but this is not why you save. You save for your teammates, right? It's not just all about you. So the fact that they went for a round like that so late into the game, maybe showing the confidence of this spread that they've been able to accrue here on the CT side. But if they lose another round here, we might be in a situation where a save might have to come out onto the table, and we are in the dying stages of a best of one. That little misplay right there could come back to bite them.
Yeah, you can see they straight into the flames there. Davy G forced to expend a smoke just to live on. mopoz
Not trying it again.
Same util set. This time Jota's managed to catch Davy G slipping.
There's a lot more space here for MIBR. Mid control as well as cave control almost immediately within the round. We're at 1:30. Lots of time to work with an opening kill. They've already silenced one. Oh no, it might come all crumbling down here for the Riders.
I mean, you've already kind of set the scene on that save.
Yeah, like
that absent save, yeah.
That's the thing. The loss bonus into the next is only going to be at the 1900 mark.
But that even puts you into dire straits now. Like, if you were having that conversation, it's
exactly.
Like, can you really let mopoz be mopoz in this round? I mean, he probably will. That's seems to be somewhat of a guarantee. Mantling up, trying to maneuver silently up and over for info.
Is he just going to sit here and
wait?
Because he could be an absolute nuisance. Piers on out, but for the chance, and will dip on back again.
And instead, it's Alex catches Cello, who just averted his gaze. It pulls him right back into a competitive round. We're at 40. The information dictates it's likely towards the B side of the map. Pius responsible for the ramp. It's a lot on the shoulders of Alex, and they're further forward than he may have expected. Never mind 2 frags. In quick succession, puts the pressure onto Breno. What a shot was that? Didn't even peek around the corner. A pre-fire on the AWP. But a 4v2, Jota completely pantsed in the smoke. And it leaves just the attention drawn on that AWP save. Death is immediately activating again.
Not another one after time. Not another one after time. Come on now, Death.
It won't.
All right. All right, lucky there. Could have been a horrible way to end the round there for Breno, but we'll get to retain the AWP, and fortunately so. There's just enough money on the rest of his teammates to justify a buy around this. And the Riders, I think, bailed themselves out there because that could have been sketchy, but we have to talk about the X factor again. mopoz is just making these madman plays time and time again. He's a real thorn in the side, and if you can't deal with him, if he's able to not only find the space, find that information, you're going to have a rough go. And that's what MIBR have been feeling so far on this T side. Timeout called again, Alex.
Last one as well. So we've got Bit and Blade on the mics, and I'm not talking about Na'Vi. It can be easy to get confused, but yes, Bit, coach of MIBR, Blade of Movistar Riders. We just need a coach called Simple now.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm not sure if we go back in history, I don't know how many Simples we've got. You know, we've got a couple of different Bits, we've got a couple of different Blades.
And there's definitely like naming conventions when there's pro players at the top. Like, you know, I mean, look at Wonderful. You know, he's obviously he's done the 0. We've got the 1s in the name.
Shiro.
Back in the day, it was like, you know, Henry G, Kenny S.
There was Zor that came before that.
Oh, Zor. I was a Zor.
Yeah, of course, we were all a Zor once upon a time. But here we go. Not going to be the buy on in behind the saved orb. There's an AK, there's some Deagles. It's not full.
See what you got for us then on these Deags. Will be nothing more heartbreaking for the Movistar Riders after this turbulent adventure to fall foul to just this single saved AWP. They're boosting for it. I wonder if that's... Deaths could go wide and catch both of them. Instead, just throws out the flash, and here's the AWP. Okay, lot of info for free there.
I won't be peeking without a teammate, I'll tell you that much.
No, thank you. They try and Molotov him. Molotov him? Sounds like a different thing altogether, but either way, they are certainly going to try and maneuver around that AWP. mopoz aggressive.
Feels like it's just coming to them. Like 2 kills have almost been handed over. They knew where the AWP was. They weren't worried about that. And, okay, well, there's one given back. But again, we've already had a minute word off the clock. Another warning shot. AWP still stands. Deaths is back behind the big box.
Yeah, and mopoz saw the bomb there on Jota before he died. Like, it's a very weird one because they're still hearing confirmation of A presence.
Did you save the AWP and the AK?
Yeah.
Because you're not winning the round.
Do you dare? I mean, we might be seeing a hunt. I don't know if they're in the position to go for that themselves.
Well, the motto of mopoz is who dares wins.
It certainly is, yeah. I think he is actually the living embodiment of like Counter-Strike players that say, I'm going to play my own game.
Yeah,
like
okay,
he is,
all right.
He is playing
He took the motto seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been watching the... Wait, hold up a second.
I'm supposed to be doing what you say? No,
Wait, if we play around... Okay, all right, all right.
He just thinks he's in a very consistent group of matchmaking, you know? He's just found his 5-stack.
He loves it.
Yeah, he's having a great time. And it does seem like no hunt and no more action for us in round 26. It concludes 2 rounds separating Movistar Riders from another win against MIBR. Far from as clean as their previous in Valencia, but a recovery. An 11-4 half has gone awry for MIBR.
Yeah, and once again, we'll reiterate, they weren't the easiest rounds for the Riders to come by. They had to kind of crack into the site with different variations. And in certain situations, when they did get bomb site control, or they did get 2 kills out mid, MIBR would save. But you had to. You had such a commanding half, right? It made sense. But now, you may be thinking those rounds could have gone in a different fashion here.
Nice reaction out of Jota just to handle that double molly. It cost him his smoke, but he holds on.
I've got some bad news. I don't know. I feel like the wind in this game has kind of been taken out of the sails. It feels very much like the Riders are just going to be able to walk this one home.
Is it through what you just saw through MIBR's kind of openings?
Well, they had 3 players save in the previous round, which means no loss bonus, which means only residual cash left over, which means, you know, as the game moves forward into these rounds, there's lighter on util, means they have less options, means they rely more on kills coming their way. It's all mounting against MIBR right now.
Yeah, I mean, that even kill spread as well hasn't moved too far. You haven't had anyone deviate from the pack in a negative or a positive light. This is very standard, very much par for the course on your ramp defense. A jiggle and a smoke underhanded as you see or catch a whiff of anything. mopoz is actually doing the same thing. Gets away. It's an incendiary, though, and they can't really run him down. Can't afford to. And it costs a great deal of health to have a glance.
It's so good. They stand in the melee, they take damage, and then they still extinguish. So you're happy with that one, aren't you?
Mission accomplished. Well spent. And over the top of that smoke, I think Alex is safe and sound.
He's got a flash ready for him here, I think.
Davi G maybe, yeah. He's got it pulled. So as the smoke fades, you flash through.
They're happy just to sit and chill here. They're going to lock this one down. mopoz with 1, they have to just walk in.
Yeah, and this is going to hurt. You need someone to step up. Cello low on health and running out of teammates. He's just going to have to put his head in the vice eventually, and it's only one back. Turtle and Exit trying, and hard as they might, they've got themselves in. One more required, not happening. And Exit, the last victim of mopoz. That's a triple kill, and the Spaniards have really come alive in this second half. We're up to 15. 3 opportunities to close in regulation here in the opening best of 1 of Cologne 2022 play-ins.
I think they will as well. You know, here we've got that loss bonus coming through. Sure, we get out some rifles again, but it's not even the lack of weaponry in some of these situations. It's the lack of different ideas as well. The fact that you see mopoz and Alex playing that setup on the B-bomb site, tell me you've ever seen that before, right? You know, you don't.
It's special.
Yeah. And that right there is kind of the problem that you find yourself in. Another opening kill. Can he make it too? No. Turtle trades. 4-on-4 situation. A bit more pep in the step. An A split likely here. Red House taken, and maybe a little bit of life for MIBR.
Jota comes a knock in. Death's unable to finish. He's low, but he has the A site on lock, and the bomb there in tow as well. 4 versus 3. Favors the T's. The bomb should be going down uncontested. There is a slow at this point from mopoz on the flank. And a bomb already ticking as well, so this new temple should favor the T's a little more in these post plants, and Turtle using that numbers advantage to strike onto the retake. Sampaius has everything taken from him. Round is secure. Now, if you're Alex, ideally you'd be avoiding any sort of weapon retrieval. You definitely want to keep your...
mopoz should have this one, right? He course corrected. He was going to go towards A main, so gets that kill. The AWP will be salvaged, and the 2 of them will be getting on out and heading back to their little favorite bomb site of B. MIBR showing something. We'll get their second T round here, and that was finding the avenue on mid and then just suffocating the A player. Because if you're able to keep the mid players busy, they're the responders to help your A anchor. So you know that you can apply a bit more pressure there. You saw them wait for the utility to get deployed and bloom over towards CT, so they didn't give anything up towards the late rotators coming from B, and a great little flank there from Turtle to secure the round. So MIBR, we need 2 more just like that to take us to overtime here. We had Mouse versus Payne to open the day, go the distance, and then some. Let's see if we can get the same, because there have been an awful lot of stomps so far within the play-ins in these opening stages.
I'm intrigued to see if we get a stomp in the first best of 3 on the mainstream. Mouse versus Heroic. Now that is intriguing. Couple of lessons to be learned. Now, Davi G flashed, but no problem. He still gets a frag. The trade possible and converted. It's Death to deliver it. Puts us in a advantage for the Movistar Riders. Now, they've been here before. Can Turtle, Breno, and Exit mix this up at all? Alex throws out a defensive smoke. They might not be able to beat it. May have to respect it. mopoz again with his cheeky smokes. You just know there's always someone lingering behind it. Catches a glimpse of the boost, but Turtle's hit the shot. There's legs to this. MIBR to demonstrate some resilience. The dying light of this best of 1. That was the bomb, and a real problem now. They have it under their rule. A great flash, no response. I say it as Exit does just swing through in time. And it's Sampaius now responsible to catch that cross. Reaction shot. Just a glimpse, a tiny flicker of Turtle's calf, and it's enough. Sampaius forces Exit into the 1v2.
Needs another clutch here.
Yeah, he's faked it out. Another 1v2 though. He's hit these before, and it's too quiet. Suspicious. And Exit is down and out. Movistar Riders, what a second half. 12-2, 12 rounds on that defense. A great deal of them in consecutive fashion. And a recovery, a convincing one, as those champions of ESL Challenger Valencia start with a win here in Cologne.
Yeah, beautiful stuff here. That CT side was something to be marveled at. The T rounds they were able to grind through. It was more than enough, and now they set themselves up for what will likely be a match against Vitality in the best of 3. Currently still just